last lightning talk sessions, last session of the Plone conference, this Plone conference. Today's today's guest moderator, Philip. Thank you for supporting.
You're welcome. Okay, first lightning talk is Yusei Tahura, how I fixed my broken data FS. Yeah, he should come forward. Next up is Sally and Ramon. You can queue up.
Please.
While we're setting up, I was told that if you still need a receipt for, I don't know, whatever the conference costs, you should talk to Red Sue at the organizers table outside. Okay, Yusei, take it away.
Okay. Hello. So yesterday when I was listening to the lightning talk, I remembered my painful experience. So I'd like to share it with everybody today. So several years ago, my file storage was broken because of motherboard failure, and at that time, I had one the original file, and I have one full backup file, which I made 3 days ago. And unfortunately, my backup file was already also corrupted. So I had 2 data, and both were partially corrupted. But so I checked the data, both data, and I found that only 2 transactions were actually broken, and the other part were okay, fortunately. So in the end, what I needed to do is to just cut datafs file by using Linux command, head command and tail command, and then I concatenate the cut files into one, and then the GeoDB is recovered and I could start ZOP again. So that's all.
Thank you.
After Ramon, Steve Piercy can slowly line up, and then Jim Fulton.
Okay, so tomorrow lightning talk. So I sometimes question to the guest moderator. So today is again. So how do you think Japan, Philip? How about do you think?
I love Japan. I think you have good reason to think we're all crazy barbarians who are not living in Japan. So kudos to you. Sally tells us about Collective Site Improve.
I will try. Let's see. I'm going to do this closer. Is that good? Okay. So Site Improve is a commercial service for maintaining and improving website quality. Customers sign up, pay lots of money, and get automated scans of their website, nightly scans which check for content quality, accessibility issues, SEO, data privacy issues like GDPR issues, performance, bunch of stuff. It's pretty extensive. They get site roll-ups and per-page reports nightly via email, and there's a customized dashboard also. The service also has a CMS plugin capability. It has an API, which allows a CMS to like call the API and embed the site improve results within the CMS right within the editing experience. They advertise a list of CMSs that offer that service. Here's basically how it works. You create content in your CMS, you publish the changes. Content has to be published because it's going to crawl it as an anonymous user. And then Site Improve checks the page for issues, this and that, and it provides feedback within minutes. So obviously, this is great for editors to see problems while they're in the process of editing instead of, you know, like, I'm finished, I walk away, and oh, there's a lot of problems. So they can see the problems right away. So several of us thought, wow, it'd be really nice if Plone could be advertised on that Site Improve page that advertises the CMS that they integrate with. So last May, we had a Jazzcarta sprint, and we decided that that would be a cool project to do. And Alec Mitchell, upper right, and Vitek, who's on the upper left, worked on creating a plugin to integrate the Site Improve API into Plone. It was really simple. It took them like 2 hours to create this plugin. But then it took us months to like go through this red tape process, and Site Improve had all these little hoops to go through and tests that they had to, we had to do. But eventually, success in September. So now the CMS, Site Improve CMS plugins page has Plone listed. There's a page for Plone, which describes a little bit about Plone and the service. Here's the way it looks. Once you install the add-on, you get a control panel where you can register and save a token that registers the domain with Site Improve. And then you get a JavaScript overlay on every editable page. There it is on the right-hand side in its collapsed state, showing just the number of issues. And here it is in its expanded state. It shows you a summary. It shows you a summary of numbers of issues in all these different categories. You can click on the different categories and go through to a full-page report that gives a lot of information about the page. I mean, a lot of information. And there's also a button to recheck the page. So collective Site Improve is now on PyPy. And yeah, so if any of you have large institutional clients that like to pay for such things, yeah, it's a good service. And I wanted to give a big shout out to Alec and especially Vitek, who just like tirelessly through all this whole process of Site Improve red tape were like just fixing little nits and helping out. So thank you to them.
Excellent. While Ramon sets up, just a quick announcement. There's a sprint coming up. Who would have expected that? In Innsbruck, February 4 to 10. Jens, who cannot be here, just tweeted that. And he's writing, let's make Plone 5.2 final and port as many add-ons as possible to Python 3. Expect a splendid sprint, retweet, tell everybody, and participate. So you're welcome to come to Innsbruck. It's nice. On the way back, you can visit Munich. Seems to be a habit.
Great. So I have an Excel file, and this has a number where there is a lot of content, articles, a title, and a class. It's business or sports news. So I'm going to, I have a Bolto site, a Guillotina Bolto site, and I want to import it. I'm using Jupyter. So I decide to import the 2,500 articles. It will take a while because it's using the REST API and it's creating the documents and adding the tiles in the correct place, the tiles layout in a way that we can see. If we go to Bolto, meanwhile, we see that now there is this folder called articles. If we go here, oh, this is something from Bolto wrap. So I am seeing the articles I am being imported, so I can try to open one. There is still some problems with Voto, but I see that there is the content here and the title here. So now, meanwhile it's finishing, it's still in the half, I'm going to execute another Jupyter notebook where I'm loading Guillotina inside the Jupyter notebook. So I'm going to load, I just send a configuration.yaml where I get all the configuration, and I can create, now Jupyter supports async I/O, so I can create the Guillotina application inside Jupyter. I can get the database. And if you see here, with this context manager, content API, we can do a transaction where we get the folder where we have the articles. Still importing. Now we can check how many articles there are. We are waiting that ends up. I time it before, and I can do in 5 minutes. So. Tell a joke. We're getting close to get finished. Maybe it's too much articles. Done. So now I can check that the articles are this amount. I'm going to go through all the articles, and I'm going to wake up them from the database. So this is the speed that it takes to get all the articles from the database. Now I'm loading TensorFlow. I'm going to check with something we call getIndexValue, where we can check the possible values for a specific field. There is only 2, sports and business. Now we are going to do a vocabulary. So we are doing all the words that there are on all the articles and creating a vocabulary because we want to train a machine learning model. So we want to get all the possible words that are on any article. And we cut at 10,000. Now we are going to create a machine learning model. We create an embedding, a neural network, a dense neural network of 8 layers. We train. I'm just reducing to 2 epochs because it will take too much time. I will not have time to run more than 2 epochs. First finished, second going on. 39 seconds, 38 seconds. 29, 28. Okay, now I can see that I improved a bit with these 2 epochs, that the accuracy is getting better. Now I'm defining 3 new content, and I'm doing the prediction about which is the classification of this content lively. That's all. Thank you.
After Steve is Jim, then O'Shane, Takanori, and Mike.
And
I should have switched it on.
lots of fun here. 誰のだろう。Whom? 聞かなくていいもん。
You don't know whose it is? Who owns this? It's the biggest adapter ever. Excellent. So when I came here on the first day, I went to Big Camera and I bought an adapter for 100 yen, 109 actually. So that was impressively cheap.
Is it cheaper or?
They are dirt cheap. 100 yen is like, I don't know, David, how many? Oh, that's even cheaper, okay.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name's Steve Piercy, and I'm here to talk about the Pylons project, and the largest project in there is Pyramid. Pyramid is a web framework that has its roots within within ZOAP, including the ZOAP component architecture. I joined Pyramid because of the promise of becoming a heavy metal rock star. At least that's what the t-shirts led me to believe. That never came to reality, but that's okay. I just wanted to give you a few updates of where we are right now with Pyramid, and also with the Pylons project and a few other things that are soon to happen. First of all, Pyramid 1.10.1 was released just this week. This is the last version that's going to support Python 2. We're going to rip it out. In this release, there were a lot of session and cookie changes to help improve security and make the API easier for developers to use. We combined the 3 cookie cutters into 1 cookie cutter, so now you can easily start a Pyramid project and have your choice of templating language, whether you use URL dispatch or traversal, and what your database or your persistent storage is, whether that's ZODB or SQLite with SQL Alchemy as the ORM. We also added a bunch of community cookbook recipes, and we also reorganized trypyramid.com, which is the marketing site for Pyramid, to make it easier to find things. And that includes our homepage, finding documentation, putting that up in the top, finding add-ons so that you can extend Pyramid however you like, and filter packages, say, oh, I don't know, maybe you want to learn how to create an API with Pyramid. And also making it easier to find within our community essential resources like who's using Pyramid and what people are doing with it. And most importantly is having this awesome artwork so that you can add it to your desktop. As far as the 2.0 milestone, what's coming up next in Pyramid 2.0, we have a milestone in our project tracker, so I encourage you to check that out. Lastly, within, we also, I'll get to that next. I'll go back to the presentation. So our Pyramid roadmap includes removing Python 2 support, and then we're also going to remove the pcreate and scaffolds because now we're relying on cookie cutters to generate projects. Within the Pylons project, which is our parent organization, we've got a lot of updates. We had releases for WebOb, Deform, WebTest. We started using ethical ads within our documentation, so we're generating some revenue. Currently, that's going to the Python Software Foundation because we're not a legal entity, but that might change soon. We created the Pylons project documentation style guide. A lot of the information we pulled from Plone because of its excellent example. And so this has examples of how to include code. So we say, you know, here's a code sample, and here's how it looks. So, you know, this is something you might want to use when you're trying to learn or show people how to write good restructured text and docs. And then last we were going to be moving over Deform demo hosting over to underneath the server that we use for hosting all the other marketing websites. Lastly, this is a big announcement, and it's going to be happening soon. We just came from a meeting that the Pylons project shall be assimilated by Plone Foundation. And this will be happening. We have a lot of things to go over. It includes licensing, a contributor agreement, intellectual property, finances, and how we deal with membership. The big thing here is that will something change? And the answer is pretty much no. Lastly, we have a sprint this weekend, and I hope you'll come out, and here's how you can reach us. Thank you.
Okay. Just 5 minutes.
Oh, Shane, you can set up while he's speaking because he's not using a laptop.
Hello. I too was inspired by the lightning talk yesterday about recovering a broken file storage. I just wanted to say that you should really consider using replication instead of backup. If your data are replicated, you're less likely to replicate a corrupted data set. Replications are real time. They're actually a lot easier. You don't need cron jobs or anything like that. Your backup can essentially be running all the time. If you're using Zio or even file storage, you can actually use ZRS with file storage. If you're using Zio, you're probably using Zio or file storage. You can actually combine it with ZRS. It's really easy to set up. If you don't want to run an extra machine, you could run it to the same machine. You could replicate to another file in the same machine. If you replicate to a separate machine and your machine explodes, then you can just switch over to the other machine and you won't have any downtime. So, and if you're using rel storage, then you can use Postgres replications. So I would strongly encourage you to use, think about replication instead of backups. And of course, you can also have multiple levels of replication. So for example, at Zoe Corporation, we'd have a primary server, a secondary server, and then a tertiary server that was replicating from the secondary server. And if you're caught up, then there's essentially no load on the primary. So seriously consider replication instead of backups. Thanks.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. All right. My presentation was about what are Jamaicans doing with Plone. I'm just going to give you a part of the presentation that I did earlier today. So we as Jamaicans, we are trying to make it easier for developers to start and run fast, as you say, in both when it comes on to developing a solid application and so forth. So we have site LaunchKit, which rapidly create Plone applications with pre-configured settings and add-ons. CI/CD with auto-deploy and auto-deploy documentation using Dockeroo. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the auto-deployment of a Plone team. In this video, basically you see, wait, let me go back a second. In this video, you basically see the menu items being blue. I'm going to change that and let it turn to green when over. So going into the main.rest file. Oh. Okay. It's going to go into the main.rest file, add some REST code, and GitHub will basically compile the REST file with Plone REST files as well, compile it, minify it, and then deploy it to the server using the Plone team upload, a tool that Asker built. So I'm just making a nice commit message. Probably should have put text on the video. All right. One thing I should mention, well, a couple things I should mention. We use tags whereby each version release are tags, and only maintainers can create a tag. On top of that, when it comes on to worrying about whether a developer can edit the config file, they can't, due to the fact that it's locked by GitLab to only allow maintainers to make changes to particular files. GitHub have some awesome permission and workflow. So right now, it's showing all of the tags that were deployed, and we are going to basically deploy a new tag, which you saw earlier, version 1.12.8, and right here it did some testing, and it's basically doing the Plone team upload directly to the server. And as you can see in the configuration, and here there's version number attached to the static file to clear caching and take care of some of the issue when uploading or adding a new change to a theme. So the new version of the theme has been uploaded. It's going refreshing the page. You should see the version number change here. Yes, the video is almost finished. And going to refresh the page. So there, when you hover, it turns to green. So that's basically auto deployment using GitLab for theme, which is separate. Yeah, the video is practically over. Apart from that, we're doing a lot of events in Jamaica. Some of them is WebCraftCon, Make Better, PyCon, and Python Jamaica. I have free shirt for anyone who want to come to Jamaica. That's basically the cost of the free shirt. Want to come to Jamaica and do a talk. So that's it for me.
After Takanori is Mike, then Rina Nagani and Yoshiaki Shibutani. Takanori he helped organize the trainings, so he organized the housing and the rooms and everything, and it went super smoothly. So thank you very much for that.
Wait a moment. Areれ? どこだ? あ、いた。Close. Okay. I will talk about. I'm Takanori Suzuki. I'm a program staff of this event. Yes, thank you. Thanks for introduce. And at first I say thank you for the training management by Philip and talk session volunteers by Jim, Kim, and other volunteers, and all trainers, keynotes talk speakers, and LT speakers. Thank you. In addition, I'm a chair of PyCon JP 2014 to 16. I think you know there are so many tasks to hold a conference. For example, talk arrangement and ticket sales and facility management and food and beer is important. But programmer is lazy. As you know, programmer dislike not routine work. Yes, I hate that work. I want someone to do my boss work tasks on my behalf. I think that let's make it. I will talk about PyCon JP bot. PyCon JP bot is a chatbot of the Slack. And why chatbot? I'm launching the Slack application at any time, so it's easy to access. Now, and I want to do everything in Slack. PyCon JP bot does the source code, and here, and architecture is connection. People send a ping, and PyCon JP bot connect with the Slack API, and it responds the pong. One of the example code, the import respond to, and the respond to ping, then the call the function, ping function, and the message send pong, send the Slack bot's response pong. And next, commands can receive the parameters using regular expressions. This sample is choice receives some words and choice. There are example of commands of Python JP bot. So I made it. Okay, I'll show you. これであれどうすんの？ミラー見えてるね。はい。I show you them. Check. Bot is active. And okay, you imagine that some participants asked me, do you have any recommended Japanese food to me? Okay, I choose ramen, gyoza, sushi. Oh, I recommend gyoza, okay? And next, then he said, I don't know gyoza. Okay, I'll show you. It's gyoza. Oh, please tell me more about the gyoza. Okay. But you cannot understand Japanese, no problem. Come on. You understand the gyoza is a Chinese. Oh, gyoza sounds nice. Okay, I will go to gyoza. Where is the gyoza restaurant? Okay, Google gyoza, Kamata. Here is the gyoza information. Please check it out. And okay, the participants and friends ate the gyoza and beers. And as a payment, the amount of money was 26,000 yen each with 8 people. Okay, one people paid 3,250 yen each one. No. Okay, last translate. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So actually, he went to first Bristol and Budapest Plone conference. So about 10 years ago.
If you haven't had gyoza or jiaozi, how's it called in China, you should definitely try that. It's excellent. It comes with a brown vinegar sauce. My God.
Yeah, I just want to point you all to... Okay. Now? Yeah. It was off. Yeah. We did this year, the first time for quite a while, a German Plone conference called Plone Tagung. And it was really fun, so we will do it again. It will be this year in Munich, in Germany again. It's mainly German, meant for German area, so German speaking mostly. But we are really happy to see a couple of speakers, English speakers. That will be no problem. But the main reason why we're doing this is to bring more together the all the Plone people and also people who are using Plone, not only developers, from the whole German-speaking area. And yeah, we invite everybody to join us there. There it is. It's at the university in Munich. And it will look like this in the evening.
It's not how we look.
Thank you.
Okay, after Rina is Yoshiaki, then Victor and Albert, and after that Rico Pekka.
Okay, so one question to Philip. So did you go to the in Japan after before the training?
I mean, before the trainings, yeah, I was traveling for 5 days through Tokyo because it's so big. It's like its own country, 30 million people. I don't know how you feed them all at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, okay. Note. Come on, note.
ダメ出てない。向こうが半分。
これで大丈夫ですかね。こっちが全画面になってないのか。
F11 かな。
よし。Okay. Okay. 愛のある目覚めを求めて、I talk about wake up call application. Title is I want a wake up call with love. It's not concern Plone and front end. I'm Rina. I'm freelance now. I'm not good at getting up in the morning. What is a good way? Do I give up, wake up in the morning? Eh, あれなんかちょっとページがBut that is not good as an office worker. At least when I get up in the morning, encourage me. Like ページがうまくスピーカーノートとリンクしない。ループしてる。The first way, I wake up with a smell of miso soup. Miso soup is traditional Japanese breakfast. But it's too difficult to automation. Then I want to wake up call with love. なんかうまくスライドが回らない。はい。I make wake up call application with Node-RED. I use Twilio service. It's telephone API. Let's make. Let's make. Node-RED has only SMS send function. Oh, SMS. I cannot wake up with SM message. I make REST API that calling telephone. REST API solves all problems. HTTP request, post. Post. Request parameter, make request parameter and post to video. HTTP response. Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute.ここら辺飛ばしてので、こんな感じで動かしの、はい、ちょっとここら辺飛ばしのLet's start wake up call. Next morning, oh, missing call. Their missing call, I did not notice because I was deep asleep. Oh, okay. Next time, automatic cooking miso soup application. And thank you.
So after Yoshiaki is Victor, then Rico-Pekka, then Eric and Sebastian, if we have time.
Thank you for very much. So actually, I had the first lightning talks in Plone conference, first Bristol, 2010. So I'm very, very nervous. So actually I told about my birthday, only my birthday lightning talk only. Okay.
The only way to learn Python. Yeah. Who am I? Yoshiaki Shibutani. Call me Yo-chan. My name is Yo-chan. I am a beginner of Python. I want to learn Python and arrived. If I make Python processing system, I can understand Python. I make it. Only this one. It's so much fun, so much fun. I am making Raspberry Pi, which is a Python 3 processing system running on JVM. It has been making for 1 year and 6 months. It is original, not JSON. I was taking yesterday whiskey on Raspberry Pi. Demo. And demo whiskey application. Hello Plone Conf. Whiskey application. できるかな? Yeah, Jetty1. we're running. Yeah, Hello Plone Conference, Tokyo. こんにちは、プロンカンファレンス2018東京。Yeah! It's so much fun. Just do a Python implementation now. Thank you.
That was inspired. Victor, then Rico Pekka, Eric, and Sebastian.
It's nice. It's nice.
Isn't it awesome that even trembling from excitement, you can still give a lightning talk? We're a friendly community.
Hello. Yeah. So as you know, we have been working in a new toolbar for Plone, trying to simplify the amount of information that we are giving to the user. Like, if you are editing, you are only getting edition options, and if you are in a root folder, you are just getting the top options or the most used options, while those options that are not as usual are a bit hidden. So we try to avoid the stress on the cognitive stress of the user. No? So, and right now in the current implementation, we have a demo, but Victor will show you which is the path.
So we have, now in Pastanaga, in Volto, we have a temporal implementation of the toolbar, which is not what was intended, or is not the vision that Albert had. But some months ago, I started with the correct implementation, and I will show you the video on how it looks like right now. Yeah, and that's it. I think we will try to work on it during the sprint, among other subjects. But if you want to join us and help us make this a reality already on Volto, you're welcome.
Eric Brios after Rico Pekka, then Sebastian.
All right, nothing too technical here, but I want to tell you this. Okay, I'm looking for a shop for Plone stuff. I have a problem with my wardrobe. I have some ugly t-shirts, they are bland white. And if I have some cool t-shirts, they are old and wrinkled. And once a year I get a new nice t-shirt, and this year I got even 3, which is really nice. But it's not enough for me. I want more, and I want more funny Plone t-shirts and maybe mugs and stuff like that. And I even have the Plone like plastic bag, and it was in use also. So I need those more. Okay, we should have a shop for Plone stuff. You know where this is going. I want to sell Plone t-shirts, Plone the cereal, and Plone the flamethrowers. Yeah. But to run a shop, we will need 10 staff members, maybe? No. Nowadays, we don't, since there are some smart applications and platforms so that, like Spreadshirt or similar, where you can like build your own shop like this. This Spreadshirt works like they hold the stock, they do the printing and handling and delivery and transactions and returns and everything. So you upload their logo or a design, select which products you want to sell, and publish it and profit. They take a big chunk of the commission, but basically it's free since it's nothing else. And I know this since I have a pet project, which we have a spreadshirt shop, and it works. And nice t-shirts can be sold there. So we could have a shop for Plone products, baby contrasting bodysuits and bottles and hoodies and t-shirts and teddy bears and dog bandanas and stuff like that. And maybe even pillows with, with more funny images. So sell cool Plone stuff for free, no work needed, and serve the current and future Plonistas. Think about it. Thank you.
So yeah, please. First, a disclaimer. I had the idea of this talk this night at 3 a.m. I was in a death metal bar. I was having a strange drink, but nice, and I really didn't know the name of this liquor. So at this moment, the idea seems totally brilliant, and I started the slide immediately, but we cannot exclude the possibility that it's pretty dumb, okay? So no great expectation, please. So I would like to speak to you about a book written by Isaac Asimov, who is a famous American sci-fi author. And this book is named Foundation. Maybe you know it. The idea of this story is that you take a bunch of smart people and you send them in the darker corner of the galaxy, right? And you let them evolve as a society over centuries in order to create a new empire. So you just plant a seed, right? And it will grow up by itself. You do not have any control over it, right? It's going to evolve the way it can, and you just hope for the best. So this reminds me, well, another foundation I know, the Plone Foundation, right? And it led me to Plone itself. And that I start thinking that Plone is also a bunch of smart people, right? And we live on our planet, but it's much more like a village, right? Where each generation is going to raise the next one. And nobody has any control over the way it evolves, right? It's a process. We don't control it. And each member of this family is totally free, of course. But the generation raising mechanism ensures that our knowledge, and more importantly, our vision, is transmitted and maintained over time. And that's something I explained at my talk in Boston 2 years ago already. What I think is a community is not just a bunch of random people sharing code over the internet, right? A group of people starts being a community at the moment they share a common desire for a common future, right? And I think at the moment we tend to, we're developers, right? So it makes sense, but we tend to focus too much on technologies like React, like Angular, or Python 3, or ZOP, or even Plone itself as a technology. Well, that's ridiculous, right? We are a community, and this is about sharing a vision, sharing a culture. Forget about the technology a little bit. So I say that why? I say that because I think some of you might be depressed somehow to see that some core developers, like me, are now focusing on more or less external topics, like Guillotina, for instance, or Volto, or other things. And it's like if those new projects were stealing resources from the core, right? Well, my message is we are not stealing anything, right? We are the children of this community, and, well, we are all, right? And, sorry. It does not necessarily mean that we will develop the core forever, right? We are free. Children are free. And the thing is they still belong to their family no matter what. So I think we are sharing the same future somehow anyway, even if we are not focusing on the same product at the end. The product is not the main thing. So my message is don't be sad, please, and welcome the Plone alumni. And see, we are here. We are in Tokyo. And if we are here, that's just because we love you.
So yesterday we heard that it could be the good idea to update our Plone instances to version 5.2. And we really want to do that, but we have a little problem with our big site of the Technical University of Dresden, which is rather large-scaled with tons of objects and millions of pages and thousands of editors. And the problem is we use Raptor's multi-language fields, which is not compatible with Dexterity and so not with Python 3. So now you may say, let's use Plone app multi-language, but there's a problem because this multi-language approach that we use is this single tree, where every translation, or the translation of every field is stored on the one object. And this is different to this multiple trees approach of Plone app multi-language, where you have one tree for every language, and the trees are independent, but you can reference the translations of one object. So our translations are in this form that we have English and German translations in mostly every site, and there are only some exceptions. And in some subsites we have additional languages, and mostly we have the same structure for every translation. So there's no need for multiple trees. So this is the UX for the editors. You can have we have one formula for one object, and you can decide, or you can fill in every language in one formula. And we asked ourselves, what would it look like if we had multiple trees? So there were breaks in the hierarchy, the gray objects here, and we don't know what to do with them because we may need them because you want to navigate through the hierarchy, but maybe they have no translation in this language. And there are some other problems. And now we ask ourselves, what should we do? Should we rewrite Raptor's multi-language fields for dexterity, or should we tune Plone app multi-language so that it behaves somewhat like a single tree approach with all these language fallbacks and maybe performance tuning because you have much more objects in your catalog, and with tuning the user experience for the editors, so because they are used to deal with a single tree approach. And we asked ourselves if we are the only ones with this problem, or if there's someone who has a use case too for this single tree approach. Please talk to us. Let's discuss it. Maybe we can find a way together. Thank you.
Next and last is Kim Nguyen, who will, I don't know, do something. It's not on the list.
This was a lightning talk.
Yeah, put it on the list. You can also hit him with trouts. He really likes that.
All right, I'm going to say it. He is the kraut with a trout. This is totally impromptu. Earlier today, Ramon was showing off Guillotina CMS, and he did a quick demo, and he turned around at this particular moment when I took this photo and said, and now we have a Plone site with Pastanaga UI and Volto on a Guillotina CMS backend. And at that moment, it occurred to me that this is one of the futures of Plone, and so we now have at least 3 future paths for Plone. We have traditional Plone 5.2 running on Python 3, thanks to the efforts of a huge group of people who worked very hard for many years. We have, we have Volto Plone React on the front end with Pastanaga UI, and that is the embodiment of a vision of headless Plone, the headless CMS that at least I remember people first discussing in Sorrento in 2015. And in fact, maybe that goes further back, maybe Bristol 2014, when there was a strategic discussion about what to do about Plone, how to make it possible to modernize the back end of Plone without breaking everything in the front end, and vice versa, changing the front end of Plone without needing to migrate or do things to the back end. And the concept was that we would put in an API between the two parts. And that, I remember, was part of the discussion, the agreement that we reached in Bristol in 2014. So what I saw today in this photo was the realization of at least 4 years of work. And then the third thing that we have as a possible future for Plone, and it's not directly Plone, but as Eric was saying, it's a child of Plone, is Guillotina CMS. And so now we have 3 possible futures for Plone, and I think the future for Plone looks very, very bright.
For the lightning talks, what's now on the menu?
No, okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So, thank you for supporting.
One short announcement is that people that want a receipt for the Plone conference fee for your tax reasons or whatever, can get it. Retsu is sitting at the table, can write you one, so you can do whatever people that can file taxes do with those kinds of things. I don't have that luxury, but other people may want to have a receipt. At the conference table, they will loving you write you one.
Okay, thank you very much. So we will start the closing. So first, add-on contest. Okay, please. Do you use your computer? Yeah.
Oh, because now I have to do something with mirroring. Okay, what do I do? Oh. How do I set my mirroring so it shows over there? Oh, wait. Here we are. Okay, good. The moment you have all been waiting for. The results of our exercise. We had 43 nominations for the best Plone add-ons. The top 3, Collective IFT, EEA Faceted Navigation, Collective EasyForm. Shout out to Shriyant for getting, is he here? Where's Shriyant? Our GSOC student who created Collective IFT. which was the winning add-on, which I think is pretty awesome. I guess he's not here at the moment, too bad. We had 12 of the add-ons get 7 or more votes. Volto got 9 votes, but it's not an add-on. People, this is to put information about Plone add-ons on plone.org, so it's not in PyPy, it's not an add-on, so sorry guys, but yay, it's popular. Lots of ties for 1, 2, and 3, and 4 votes. There were 28 nominations that were not on PyPy for the listed with a 5.0 or 5.1 classifier, so just some of these may need classifier work. I don't know if they do exist for 5.0. Some of them don't have any version information at all, so I didn't know what version. So I eliminated all these things because I couldn't ascertain easily that they were a 5.0 compatible add-on. So yeah, this is information. So anyway, be aware, people who have written any of these add-ons, that we need a release or we need some classifier work from you to get this on PyPy appropriately. I'll be working on putting this information onto plone.org over the course of the sprints. So now we have 3 years worth of sort of favorite add-ons. We will have 3 years worth on plone.org. So yay. Thank you very much, everyone, for your help. And now we get to do a little raffle with, because we have a prize that we are going to raffle off with those of you who put your names on these forms. So can I please have a volunteer to come choose one of these add-on forms? It could be anybody. Doesn't matter. No name.
Okay.
Took 2, 1 has no name.
That's no name.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait.
Also no name. People,
Excellent.
you're supposed to put your names on this.
Good job.
Not make that clear.
Another 2. John. John?
Yes.
Okay, give you Japanese sake from Japanese sake. Yes, so.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So thank you very much for the coming to Tokyo, Tokyo, Japan. Have you enjoyed? Enjoyed? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we want to introduce. I want to introduce the organizers. Please come to the organizers, and we want to take a photo. Okay, okay, please come to the center. Center. こっちがいい。あ、こい、あ、こい、あ、こい、okay. Okay, 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 okay. So you know, so I'm chairman of the Manabu. He's Let's, Takanori, and Zen, and Sakai. And Kinofumi. He is designer. Logo design and pamphlet design. Okay. So thank you very much. So, okay. What? Should I include this slide? Oh, so yes. これを出したい。これを高そう。So big. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, and number of the visitors. So the general ticket sold 87. All people come to this conference. All people, and 21 is one day coming participant and five staffs. Thank you very much. So the from the overseas. Thank you very much. Yes, this is a photo already shared the Twitter. Okay, thank you for the supporting. So the gold sponsor. Gold sponsor? Just love, thank you. And the silver sponsors. Thank you very much. And the bronze sponsors. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. And so some supporting from the Plone Foundation board members, Paul and Alexander and Kim, please stand up. So the Plone Foundation board members, thank you very much. So we have different time zones. So thank you for the supporting and the teleconference. And all trainers, thank you very much. Nice training. Thank you very much. And all volunteers of the talk sessions. Please stand up, please stand up. Thank you very much. And additional, so all speakers, stand up, stand up. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, and all additional track staffs and speakers, additional tracks, speakers and management, thank you very much. And thank you for the whole persistence. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry. Okay, sprint information. So tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, at Microsoft Japan seminar room in Shinagawa, not here. So entrance pass is needed. So we will deliver it at the entrance at second floor at 9:55 to 10, around 10. So you need the entrance pass. So if you come later, please contact the following mention to Twitter, then Zen or me. And if you can telephone call, please. Okay. 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 And Timo, please come to the stage. Sprint leader is Timo. Thank you for supporting.
Who's here for the first time? Could you please stand up? First time at the Plone conference? Awesome. So, yeah, give them a hand. So, conference sprints are specifically for newcomers, right? We do lots of sprints in the Plone community, but if you are at the conference, I highly, highly recommend that you come to the sprints because they're awesome. If you're into programming and you like to collaborate with other people, the experience at a sprint is really great, and I can tell from my own experience, right? Yeah, please come to the sprints. We are open and friendly. There are tasks for all levels. Don't think that you need to be like a hardcore programmer to contribute. We value all contributions, and especially at those conference sprints, we welcome newcomers. I will explain the rules tomorrow morning, and we will present all the possible topics, and then people can gather together in the interest groups, and we can start working together and having fun. And I'm looking forward to see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks.
How many people?
Oh, who plans to come to the sprint tomorrow?
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh.
And I have to say that's really fantastic because in the last few years I've been at a lot of JavaScript conferences, and if you like go to React Europe or Angular Europe, it's always the same. They have like a few thousand people that come, and at a sprint like they show up like 20 people or so, and I mean they call them hackathons. And there are also like prizes from companies like Microsoft or Google. They're worth like a few $1,000s, and still like only 20 people show up, right? And I think we have a better ratio at the Plone conference, and that's what makes the Plone community so awesome. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we have another event. So the party starts to 7 p.m. today. The fourth floor. Okay, we will give to the food and drinks. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. ありがとう。Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. So, Plone conference is not yet finished. So we have a party and a sprint. See you tomorrow, and see you there tomorrow.
One more thing. Well, actually, two more things. First, up, yeah. First, I am happy to report that we have had 0 reports to the Code of Conduct team, so you have all behaved. Thank you very much. Yes, and that is still under Code of Conduct, so which now has also been extended to Pyramid people. So you can't, just because you have a Hard Rock t-shirt, you can't behave like a hard rock star. And and then there is also the announcement that the party may start at 7. But we would not like you to be completely waiting, so there will likely be some light refreshments served right after this in the next room, so we can wait for the dinner a bit more agreeably and talk some more. Yes. And one of the things you can be talking about is where we will all hopefully meet again next year. And I've thought long and hard about ways to do this without giving it away rightly. But yeah, no, this is going to be immediately obvious when they come forward, but there is no other way. So I think there are some people here who have an announcement.
I'm using a Mac I've been using a Mac for years, and I've known the drag the bar like 1 month ago. Yeah. Close enough.
I can move my hands like this. We can teach you next year. Okay. Try to move it. Ok. E questo lo sposti di là. Yes. Yes. We have something. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm Andrea.
Piero here.
We are from Italy, as you can see. Okay, this is our reaction from the community when the Sorrento plug was canceled. And fortunately, at this conference, they announced that there will be a plug next year. So all community was very excited. But what if we thought that you can come in Italy twice next year? We have the honor of announcement that next Plone conference will be held in Ferrara, Italy.
So, many people, since I'm new to the community, many people asked me, where are you from? And the answer was Ferrara. And then the next question was, where's that? There. It's there. It's in the northeast. This is a convenient map of how beautiful Italy is. This beautiful. Yeah, it takes a while. And you know, Ferrara is a very important city in Italy for its cultural and artistic relevance in Renaissance history. You can admire the beauty of our city center. It says, "Greetings from Ferrara." And we also have a growing football team, which we are very proud of, because it finally joined the first division in last year. And we have
After 50 years.
Yeah, after 50 years of being back somewhere.
50.
50. So here's a picture from one of the games that led to the first division promotion. That's an actual picture of a player of our team in an actual match. So, well, before a match. I don't know, but I don't think they played that match. But that's an actual picture of one of the guys.
He looks confused.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously though, we have some pictures. So this is one of the main things about our town. It's a very old and beautiful, in my opinion, castle from the Estense family. And then what do we have? This is just the beginning. So we have some very particular squares like this one, which I think looks beautiful. And it's in the very center of the town. And many other things. I won't go very long into this, but it's the town has old walls around it. It has a cathedral and other beautiful squares from Renaissance, and yeah, that's what you will have you'll have the chance to see all of this and much more of this. So how does Ferrara look from Google Maps? Like this, and yeah, whatever. And right? I know. But the thing is, this is how it compares to the wonderful city we are currently in. So this is Tokyo, right? And that one over there is Ferrara. I know, right? Yes. Yeah. I also have some numbers about population density. So yeah, there's much less people. But yeah, whatever. We're funny and accommodating as well, so that's okay. You're gonna be okay. Andrea, can you tell us some more important facts about that?
Sure. Our community, as you can know, the most important things are coding, drinking, and eat. So that's a map of bar, pubs, and restaurants in the city center that you can join and drink as much you can. We also have some pubs that offers local brewed beers. I'm watching you. And now we can also offer some special food that they are called cappellacci. Salama de sugo, that's a very strong meat. That you should try it, but it's hard to afford. And some sweets that are basically a block of butter with some chocolate. Very good. How to reach us? Sorry. How to reach us? We are in the red dot. We are nearest to Bologna, Florence, and Venice. It takes more or less 1 hour to reach us. There are international flights in all of these airports. Most of them are very cheap because they are low company. And Milan is 2 hours far from Bologna, so there are direct flights from intercontinental places, so it's easy to reach us. There is also a website made in Plone, that with all the tariff information, also in English. And when? The dates are not, we haven't decided the dates, but it should be the second half of October, mostly like from 21 to 27. And the formula is the same, 2 days of training, 3 days of talks, and the last 2 days of sprint.
Yeah, so Plone loves Python 3, Plone loves many, many things as we saw, and Plone loves Italy next year, right? Some of you might know these kind guys. They are, yeah, yeah, they're willing to welcome you to Ferrara. So we'll see you next year.